Hey there, welcome to Talking Texas Politics with Calvin. I am joined here today with Bill Sciscoe. Bill Sciscoe is the mayor of Dish, Texas. We're here at the Dish Town Hall. And so Bill's been mayor here for quite a while. I'll just let you introduce yourself. So go ahead, Bill, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Bill Sciscoe. Happy to be here with Mayor Emeritus Calvin Tillman. I've been mayor here for 14 plus years since Calvin retired from being mayor here at the town of Dish. Calvin is responsible for my political career. Some 18 years ago, he asked me to run for his seat that he was vacating for himself to run for mayor. He was mayor here for 4 years. He was a great mentor to me. He was a great mayor for the town of Dish. He certainly raised the bar, I think, for a lot of the mayors of the state of Texas. Certainly a great and wonderful mentor for myself, and deeply appreciate everything that he's done. Being mayor is a real challenge. Mayor of a small town, everything's your fault. It's There's a lot of power to the position of mayor. There's a tremendous responsibility with that. Calvin shouldered that with a lot of poise and grace. I I don't think Calvin was a nice person. I can't say that I'm probably viewed as a nice person. It's not slapping people on the back and kissing babies and shaking hands all the time. There is that aspect, but there's just so much responsibility with the position, so much that you have to do. It's your budget. You present the budget. You run the budget. You run the town, and you are the responsible party. If anything goes wrong, it's your fault. Everything's your fault. So that's not sugarcoating it. That's just being upfront and the way it is. Small town mayors, I really give it to them. I mean, it's a really tough job. But to quote Plato, if good men show indifference to public affairs, they abdicate being ruled by evil men. And that was literally one of the reasons that Calvin came to me. Calvin's responsible for my political career. I wouldn't have a political career without Calvin Tillman. Calvin came to me and pretty much insisted and conscripted me into politics. It's not something that I wanted to do. I was a very busy individual with a very busy and responsible job. But Calvin twisted my arm until I caved in and went down this road. And here I am working on a 20-year career, having been through 10 public elections, which I wouldn't wish a public election on anyone. Politics is a blood sport, so it is that aspect as well.
Well, thank you for the accolades. You've certainly done a great job here. So just for context, how big is Dish now?
We're probably approaching 600 citizens, we're a Class C municipality, general law municipality, doing business as a Class A, but we're probably approaching that level of Class B municipality.
Okay. And so, how much debt does the town of Dish have?
At the present time, we are debt free. We paid off. I became mayor in May of 2011. In 2015, we retired the old legacy debt from when the town was founded. There's a little glitter here on the cloth here over the council table that is from our 25th anniversary celebration that we just had here at Town Hall a few weeks ago. So we paid off that legacy debt in 2015. We've taken out a couple of little short-term loans secured by some CDs, just very short-term stuff for road projects, paving. We took out a very small loan, short-term, very short-term loan for the asphalt over the town hall parking lot and the large asphalt project for one of our subdivisions where we ripped out those roads and reconstructed them. So the town is essentially debt-free. We've been free of long-term debt for 10 years. In that time, we have ripped out, reconstructed huge road projects and we paid cash for those. I have to give a lot of credit to, number one, I have to give credit to God. We've been blessed by God every single day. Hopefully, everything that I do for the glory of God. God has blessed us. He's blessed this town. I ask my citizens to pray for our community. It's biblical, Jeremiah 29:7. I encourage everyone to pray for your communities, pray for your leaders. It's very biblical to do these things. I don't take any of that lightly. It is my focus. So I do want to give credit to God. I want to give credit to Calvin. I want to give credit to the leadership of Denton County. Judge Andy Eads, when you were mayor here in the first years of my term, he was our Precinct 4 commissioner. You introduced me to Andy before you left or as you were leaving. And, we bonded, we've had a great relationship. Of course, Andy moved on to become Denton County mayor or judge, Denton County judge. And he's continued to be a great champion and partner for us, helping us greatly. Diane Edmondson has been the Precinct 4 commissioner after him. She's also been a great partner. I want to give a lot of credit to them. They've helped us achieve many of these great goals. Jody Gonzalez, County Commissioner for Denton County, a great conservative echelon of individuals in the leadership of Denton County. The entire Commissioner's Court, of course, votes on all of this, so they've been a partner with us as well. So we've been really blessed by the county and those relationships, and everything that we've accomplished is a great credit to those individuals and yourself.
Well, thanks. And so, do you know of any other city that has zero debt?
I don't know for sure, but I think maybe Crossroads, Texas. I know that they're my idol. I know the mayor over there, great individual. They have an ad valorem property tax rate of 0. They live on sales tax, and sales tax is important. And we have greatly reduced our percentage of our total budget that's funded by ad valorem tax. We have a very low tax rate here. We had a low tax rate while you were mayor. We continue to have a low tax rate. We worked to reduce that. It's kind of a lightning rod for people here in our community. Certainly, we're far below any of our neighboring communities. We have business models that help us achieve that. We passed a sales tax. I'm all about bringing in outside revenue as much as I possibly can. I'm out there networking, politicking, chasing outside dollars as much as possible to help us stay debt-free, to help us accomplish huge goals and projects, pay cash for those. And that's a real focus. So we contract for services because it's just more efficient. Rather than hiring a large staff of employees, And our employees are fantastic. Another secret of our success is our employees. I've invested heavily in our employees, their training. We have two ladies that Delessa and Connie that work for us. Both of them are certified Texas registered municipal clerks. Very proud of those ladies and everything that they do. They're part of my team of advisors. I have a really great attorney in same one from when you were here. This is the same individual that you passed on to me. And then we hired an engineering firm in 2015, helped us out with our road projects and everything. A good inspection firm. We contract for all these services. It's very efficient. We contract for a full-time police force from the town of Northlake. We have fire and EMS contracted with Justin Fire Department. And it's just a very efficient way for us to do business. Being a tiny little town, we have to watch every penny. Our gross budget is a little over $1 million now. The ad valorem tax, I think, on the present budget is penciled in at $203,000. So less than 22% of the gross budget. There's some road projects in there and some other things, but we're doing a pretty good job. And try to run this thing pretty close to the bone. And but you have to be prepared for everything. You have to have enough capital. You just don't know what's going to happen. And when you're responsible for this, you're responsible for everything. So you have to be prepared.
Well, I will say it is unusual for a governmental entity to have zero debt and to be run as efficient and as effective as this town has been. So great job on you and the folks that serve here with you for the work that you've done, because it's pretty unusual to have a governmental agency that is really efficient and effective. So great job with that. So and we just come out of the Texas legislature. They have a special session coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Now, every legislative session, there's usually a debrief afterwards on all of the things that impact local communities, local governments. So what's your thoughts on this legislative session and how that's going to impact local governments?
Austin is no friend of municipalities. I think that they like to use us as a scapegoat, point the finger at us, say that we're the problem. I know that most municipalities are not run the way we are. I know that most municipalities, maybe the position of mayor and even the council is a revolving door. Many municipalities have term limits. I'm certainly not affected by term limits, but I think one problem with term limits may be that people come in and they want to borrow a whole bunch of money, pass a bunch of bond elections, and go, "Oh, look what I did for you," and point to some pet project that they had that they borrowed hundreds of thousands or millions in this day and age, millions of dollars to complete. And then they go, "I'm out of here. Y'all are going to pay for it. See ya. Good luck with that." Legislature, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of great things to say about Austin and what goes on down there. I've gone down there with you, accompanying you before, and certainly one of the most frustrating experiences of my life to go in there and sit in one of those committee rooms, and while these people sit there and look at their phone or sit there and tap their fingers and wait for all of these public comments to be over so they can escape this room and get out of there and do what they're going to do anyway. So I'm sorry that I have such a low, jaded opinion. We elect these people, they run as conservatives. This is an extremely conservative state, a red state that's getting redder. But then these people go down there and they roll over and become far liberal Democrats. And I'm sorry, my expectations are extremely low for Austin, extremely low for our representatives. I just don't have a lot of good words to say. So.
Well, good. So you've been mayor here for, you said 15 years?
14 going on 16.
And you served on council before that. What's next for Bill Sciscoe?
Oh, people have asked me to run for higher office. I don't know that I'm really that interested in that at this time. When you were looking at running for higher office, you assured me that I was going to be conscripted for some duties with that. And I certainly wouldn't be opposed to that. I would really have to pray hard about having another position in a political career. I have an issue now where Charles Smith, one of our commissioners, has been on council for over 20 years, served this town greatly, a great conservative individual. He served with all the 4 mayors of this town, and really a great person. I think the world of Charles, but he stepped down. He's mature. He stepped down, and he wanted to run and play and laugh all day. I can't argue with that. And then I've got Alan Tollifer, who's also another great individual who served this community since 2012, and he's done a fabulous job. He's ready to step down next May in that election cycle. So we've just appointed another person to fill Charles's place as Charles retired. Again, this is his second retirement. When Wester Draper left the council, then I had to appoint someone. We had to come up with someone. So we appointed Charles, who had been through 7 public elections at that time. So now Charles has been through 10 election cycles himself, and served this community really well. So we have a lot of stability in our government. I think that helps a great deal for us. These people, they realize what's going on. They understand how we run the business, and so I really enjoyed and had the confidence of those individuals, even though through the Open Meetings Act, there's no communications through us at all. The only time that I see or interact with these people is in open meetings. But they're good men. I've known them for a lot of years, and so I have a lot of confidence in those individuals.
Yeah, so Charles, I have to tell a quick story about Charles. So how Charles got involved in local government was when the town was like originally founded, and everybody was still trying to figure things out. Well, he came up here for a building permit, and in order to get a building permit, L.E. Clark more or less mandated. L.E. Clark was the mayor, one of the founders of the town, basically mandated that he become a city council member in order to. It's like all I wanted was a building permit, and I ended up leaving with becoming a city council member. So that's just a quick Charles story. That's he did serve great. So, well, Bill, thank you, Mayor Sciscoe. Thank you very much for joining Talking Texas Politics with Calvin. Great job that you're doing here. So keep up the good work. Hopefully you'll continue to stay involved here for years to come. And I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in today. Thank you for listening to Talking Texas Politics with Calvin. God bless you, and God bless Texas.